Okay, Tyler, I started to write some stuff up, and then I thought, well, I've been wanting to start using video to answer questions, so this seems like a good time to do that. So I got something started here in Unity, got an input box, button, text, you can see that. Then over here, I went ahead and wrote a script. Looked like you had those parts together, put them on the field. One thing I did notice is you were using game objects. There's an advantage to using this specific type. So instead of a game object, actually say you have an input field. Both ways obviously work, but whichever one makes more sense to you. So the script just grabs a name from a hello world with a custom name. Input.text and the name. And notice I got rid of the start and update like we had done before. This is actually what we were going to do Monday, and wrote just a particular method. It's public, so it's accessible out there. It doesn't return anything. It just does stuff. In this case, change the stuff on the screen, and then a reference so we can get to it. And then it's going to grab the text from that input field and put it in a message in the output field. And you'll notice there's no get component or anything. It just refers to them directly. So it's like this script assumes they're there. And having the keyword public here makes a big difference. There's a way we can do it with private, but we'll see that later. So we have these things here, so we need to attach the script to something. And, well, for the case of more than one button, a button would be a good place, but I'm going to put it on the canvas, and then we'll just refer to it. So if we go over to the canvas, drag the script over here, you'll notice that those public fields, output and input, there's a text type of data called output, which is what's right here, and an input field sort of data called input, this one right here. So making them public shows up here. That's actually where all this stuff on the interface comes from. And then we can just fill those in with these. So if I grab the text, notice the text, it won't let me drop the text into the input field, so the text has to go to the output. So that's the advantage of explicitly saying what data we have. So the input field can't be dropped into the output slot, and vice versa. So that creates the reference to them. That does this. That takes the place of the get component. And now we can go over to the button, and on the button in the inspector, there's the list of items, what to do when it's clicked. So if we add one to it, see it's going to happen either at runtime or on the editor. We'll do it just at runtime, but we need an object. So this is asking what object has the script we want to look at, which in our case is the canvas. Whoops. Select the button, then drag the canvas over to fill in that object, and then you'll see there's the name of the script. So from prepped, there's a say hi method. So when we run that, enter my name, hit that, and get the message. So yeah, the key thing there for your question is make sure you explicitly say they're public, and then you'll have a spot where you can drag the stuff over. And on the button, you just make a reference. Where'd that go? Am I not on the button? No. On the button, with the on-click method, you make a reference to the thing. We'll see in class on Monday some of them. So like drop downs and sliders, we have to have methods prepared to take in certain things. So like if we want to select the method for our drop down, we have to take in a drop down object, or a slider has to take in a floating point number. But we'll see that Monday. Basically just make sure they're public, and as long as you make them public, then instead of the get component method, you have a spot to drag your game object over to. Hopefully that answers your question.